tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Toronto Huskies. 3 quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Haskins looking to throw on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. Tight end Harrison Bryant, the intended target. But it'll be second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Haskins. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is intercepted again. It's intercepted. Adrian Amos with the pick. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Jonathan Abram able to make the play defensively.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. Open man. He's got him. The tight end, Hockenson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
And a Colts first down.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
He was tackled.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jones. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end.
Jones pass.
6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
6 brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
The 47-yard line.
They'll give him a yard on the play, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. first down. Jones into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked out by Jerome Baker, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Tackled by Kenneth Murray.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the gun, Haskins on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, start off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, Jones. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Here's Jones from the gun on third down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Jones looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with it there. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
The first down carry here for Johnson. Take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Carry on Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead. That almost almost look too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
At the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, Jones. And it's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Chris Harris on the coverage.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Jones. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off at the 48. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Huskies 7, Colts nothing.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. This out quickly to Williams. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 of the 12. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Haskins to throw. It's caught. Touchdown. A.J. Brown with touchdown number 12 on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing on 2nd down. Jones out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
A gain of 8 yards.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off play action. Jones going to take, and that's caught inside the 35. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
1st down, Indianapolis.
From the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Off the play fake. Jones. And he took the contact as he was throwing it. And the ball drops incomplete.
He went with the dime look that time on defense. Just flooded the field with defensive backs. Blanketed everyone. Took away all the passing angles. Thus, the incompletion.
Giorgio Tavecchio on for the field goal. A 50-yard attempt.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
14.
Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
And at the 25-yard line.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They run the counter. It's Holt, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Colts.
2nd and 11 now. They run the counter. It's Holt. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 18 yards there, and it'll be 1st and goal.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a 1st down with his very next run.
Now it's Haskins. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Holt. He's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Haskins. This will be caught at about the 5. It's out, it's loose. And the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
No gain on the play. Brings up 4th and goal.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Moore able to put this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Make sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through. But conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with second down coming up. Gurley. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
3rd down.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Jones going to keep this himself. Jones caught on the ball's in. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
After that play, I think we know one quarterback will be extremely happy if his defense can hold the opposing team to a field goal here.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. 2nd down and goal. Haskins. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
They're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Gurley now, out of the gun. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he gets takes this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
26 yards.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like the running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Jonathan Abram able to make the play defensively.
Looks like they went for the combo play there. Nice ample gain on the ground on the previous play. Going for the big shot on that one unsuccessfully.
On second down now, it's Sanders. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun, Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
T.J. Hawkins.
A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and
now Jones. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hawkinson. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.J. Hawkinson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer.
The kick is good.
And his kick is right through.
Huskies 17, Colts 7.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone.
Hard enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Haskins. And he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. From Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Haskins. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Touchdown! A.J. Brown, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Brett Maher is set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense? Well, they can.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Trey Flowers picks it, and they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Yes! Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Johnson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They go to Johnson again. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Field goal. A 28-yard attempt.
The kick by Marr is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Get the quarterback.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by David Moore. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Johnson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and now it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Second and 10 now, Haskins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Third down. Here's Haskins. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And he will bring us all the way up to the 30-yard line. They needed to break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go. Come
on, capitalize on this one.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and if finally we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
And it's third down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Colts on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, Jones. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he is going to have a Colts first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. Jones now on first down. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. Jones on first and 10. He sets the fire deep. And now here's another interception. Jonathan Abram picks it. But to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. Now this one is running back out of the backfield. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First and 10.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Haskins. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Toronto, first down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw right side, complete to Williams. That's so close, he gets it to the one. Out of bounds right there. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Haskins going to throw again. They'll roll him out right. That's caught at the 3. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too. Because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Johnson with a completion over the middle. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
25 yards. And a Colts first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll fire this deep for Gallup. And this will be incomplete. Invisible play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 8. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Going for it was Sanders. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Well, nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide. Now Jones, off play action.
Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First down, Indianapolis.
From the gun, Jones. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A gain of 9.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. 2nd and 1 from the 2. Operating from the gun, Jones. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal. At the
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Toronto, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they're squarely in play for next year mode now as they drop to 2-11. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.